Hi! Most of what we are learning in this course has both visual and verbal aspects, ways of expression, or modalities. It is true that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Indeed, an image often contains much more information than the text, which expresses what the image shows. But it is also true that more abstract diagrams and text that explains their meaning can generalize and say more than many pictures together. A complex concept can be summarized using a diagram, which helps us understand and remember that concept. OPM works this way. Every OPM element, thing or link has a symbol with a specific defined meaning or semantics. However, sometimes words can express more clearly what we mean, while an image may be unclear or confusing. Studies have shown that humans process verbal and visual information separately, and then combine the two. In order to understand this, try to read out loud the following words, which will appear in sequence. I suppose that was somewhat confusing. Have you noticed how you process the visual modality separately from the verbal one? Let's continue with another experiment. Try and keep in your memory the following sequence of words. Now try to repeat all those words in sequence. Did you manage to remember all the words? Did you manage to remember them in sequence? Not simple, is it? Each one of the information processing channels, the visual and the verbal, has limited capacity. Each channel can hold only so much information at any given time. If we try to condense too much information into one image or piece of text, our short memory will be overloaded with information and will not be able to retain or process it. Have you ever noticed that different people have different preferences for how they absorb the information? Some prefer to learn verbally and others visually. Yet others like a combination of the two, such as reading a chapter in a book and then watching a lecture video about the same chapter. For all these reasons, it is important to use both the visual and verbal channels when we wish to teach, learn, or explain complex concepts such as systems. This is why in OPM we use two modalities, the visual, which we have learned thus far, and the verbal or textual, which is a collection of sentences automatically created by OpCloud as we construct the diagrams. In order to demonstrate this, let's look at the electric car driving system. The diagram is called Object Process Diagram, or OPD, while the language in which the sentences underneath are written is called Object Process Language, or OPL. The main function of the system is expressed by the following OPL sentence. Electric car driving changes electric car from stopped to in movement. We can see that in the same way that a process is represented by a blue contour in the OPD, it is represented by blue text in the OPL. Similarly, since an object is represented by a green contour in the OPD, it is represented by green text in the OPL. As for states, their color is gold-brown in both the OPD and the OPL. In fact, we could read just the OPL sentences on their own, or look just at the OPDs, and in both cases we should be able to understand what the model is expressing. Indeed, there is complete equivalence between the graphics and the text. Everything that is expressed in the OPD is also expressed in a corresponding OPL sentence, and vice versa. Doesn't it seem as if there is redundancy here? Couldn't we just use either the graphics or the text? This may be true in terms of the information content, but as we have discussed, this redundancy is beneficial from a cognitive viewpoint. Some of your future employers and colleagues prefer looking at diagrams, while others prefer reading text. You need to make sure everyone understands what's going on inside your head. Now it's time to see whether you will get the job of your dreams. Even Hopcat is excited. Good luck!
Good. That's exactly the model we were looking for.
Well done! Congratulations! You are now a junior engineer in StoreDot. You can start helping people solve problems using OPM. That's it for today. You deserve to go out and celebrate. You worked hard and got what you were after. We will meet again soon because there is still much to learn and do. Hopcat wants to join in the celebration too.
The first multimedia learning assumption. People have two separate channels for processing information, visual and verbal. The second multimedia assumption. Each channel has a limited capacity for processing information. The graphics text equivalence OPM principle. Any model fact expressed graphically in an OPD is also expressed textually in the corresponding OPL paragraph.